Okay.
He's manic depressive.
Yeah.
And he's very manic.
He's clinical.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to take medication. But I can control him. I'll just squeeze his hand. He babbles.
Yes, he does.
He's like a babbling brook, and he needs someone to control him.
You got to shut him up. Even Imtiaz, when we walked in the door, Imtiaz is like, he won't listen.
That was a good invitation, Bill. I like that.
Best I could do. So. All right, hold on tight. Lots to get into and dig into this. We're glad you guys came up, and we're glad you're here. So hold tight. We'll come right back. It's Keeler in the morning, 92.7 The Drive.
92.7 The Drive is WXUR Herkimer, Utica, Row. 92.7 The Drive.
Here we go!
And now, back to Keeler.
What is your nationality? What are you?
I am half Persian.
Huh. You are? Okay.
Half English, Irish.
So a little mixture in there. Yeah, cool.
You don't want to piss me off.
No. And you won't forget either. You won't forget.
No, I won't.
Steve the Virgin. Joe, get over there with him, will you? You can hang with him. You put on a little...
you have to come closer. Get over here. Get in the corner.
You put on a little weight there, Steve the Virgin.
Yeah, I gained 30 pounds since I last seen you in 2007.
Yeah, you're getting fat, man.
Well, I can lose it with the Atkins diet. 2.5 months, I lost 22 pounds.
Okay, good.
Just put him in the sack with me.
Yeah. That'll be it.
Burn it off of him.
That's pretty expensive camera you got. Where'd you steal that?
I did take my... No, I didn't take my credit card. I bought this with my disability money that my mother gave me.
Okay.
With no problem.
All right.
But I would have taken my parents' credit card if I could.
Isn't that weird how he just brags about stealing from his parents?
You know, it's funny, Bill. I tried to tell him about a month ago that instead of watching pornography all day and sending emails to all these lunatics all over the world, that he should read, productive books for a change.
That's a good idea.
And he didn't do it.
No.
He doesn't listen. No matter what I tell him, he doesn't listen.
Yeah,
so
and you're really trying to help this guy out.
I tried my best.
Yeah.
I've tried to tell him to read the Quran. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
Something.
Read something. Yeah.
That is not pornography.
Right. Yeah.
although in defense here, we want him to watch as much porn as possible, right? As long as it's your porn.
I got to tell you, one of the reasons I'm really excited about having you guys here, is Persia. You are so much more beautiful in person.
Way hotter. I'm looking at her on the website right now. So you're way hotter.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
That's a great compliment. It's always better to look better than your pictures, isn't it?
Yeah. You're very beautiful.
Thank you.
And the other thing is, for you, I wanted to discuss a little bit of the whole thing going on in America right now with all the Muslim stuff. And I assume that, and maybe I'm wrong, but that you're a Muslim.
A practicing one, yes.
And we're going through in New York all of this crap, and with this mosque that's being built, and the World Trade Center coming down, and the fact that you took down the World Trade Center. For some people, that's the truth. Anyone who's a Muslim did this. And Joe, I want to see firsthand that you are an American-loving, awesome person who tries to help people out. You're not the Quran is not something that wants to destroy America. That teaches to destroy America. I thought we could learn a little from you today.
On the contrary, actually, Islam is a very peaceful religion.
Yeah.
The real meaning of Islam is peace. That's the actual meaning. It means submission to God or Allah. God and Allah are the same thing. And what happened on 9/11 has nothing to do with Islam. In other words, you have in Ireland, you have problems in Israel.
Protestants and Catholics.
Yeah. So does that mean that Christianity or Catholicism is evil? No, of course not. It just means that there are people that are evil.
But you can read, you can go to the Holy Christian Bible, and you can read things into that and twist it and turn it into something that is because back in those days, thousands of years ago, the means of dealing with people were much different than they are today. They'll they say you cut his hand off, or you stone someone, or those things are true in the Bible.
Well, the unfortunate part is that there were at one time there were the Crusades, Richard the Lionheart and Saladin. Okay, that was about 1,000 years ago, under 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, even today, in many minds, they feel that it's another crusade against Islam and against Christianity or against the Western world.
Right.
The problem is that we have the world has changed today. We are now a global economy.
Right.
We have the internet, so you can be anywhere in the world and be able to, access all the things that you can access right here.
Yeah.
And exposure. People are more exposed today about things. But Islam has nothing to do with that. That's
right.
That's a person or an individual. And there are people in the world who are Muslims who are terrorists. I mean, but that doesn't mean that that's them. That's unique. That's their problem. So I don't believe for a moment that you can ever talk about any religion, whether it's Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and put a mark on that. It's a mark on an individual, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And you see, we used this example of Reverend Fred Phelps, who is the God Hates Fags guy, who hates. They protest American military funerals. And the guy is a Baptist. Does that mean that Baptists are bad? No, it's just this guy's interpretation of this religion and the Bible. His interpretation is crazy. And I think you have that same thing in every religion.
Precisely.
It just so happens that all this was done, and they just kept shouting in the name of Allah. So all of a sudden, Americans who don't know this religion well, the average American, all of a sudden they're saying, well, this is a war. It's a jihad against the United States.
Yeah, but the word jihad also is misleading.
Mm-hmm.
The actual meaning of jihad, as I understand it, is holy war.
Right.
Holy war implying that if Islam is attacked, then if I go to fight against the person or whatever is attacking Islam, and I die in the process of that particular fight, then according to what it says, I go straight to heaven. And Stephen Dewager would love this. He'd get 72 Persia Monirs. This is what it says. Okay, It says that when you die on behalf of Islam, then God gives you shahadat, or shahadat means that He gives you martyrdom. And in martyrdom, you go straight to heaven. And when you go to heaven, you're met with 72 virgins. So
why 72?
Well, that's what
they came up with.
That's the going rate right now.
Yeah, so I told this guy, him some time ago, that become a Muslim, die.
It's done. This whole thing is based on economics. When any certain sector of any society is poor, they do what they can to better their stature and to get in a better situation. And all of it, it's just, it's crazy. The whole thing is crazy.
I think, Bill, also, you have to keep in mind that religion, it doesn't matter what religion it is, it appeals to the poor man, not to the rich man.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean,
You're right.
And I come from a very, not myself personally, but my country is impoverished. I come from Pakistan, which is a poor country, I've been lucky. I've had the best education money could buy. I came from a well-to-do family, so my exposure has been different.
Yeah.
But the normal person, the typical person, he's lucky to have one decent meal a day.
Right.
So in his life, what he has to look forward to is whatever is promised to him by God.
Right.
So the typical clergy uses that to his advantage and creates all these illusions. To me, these are all illusions.
There are many illusions over there.
Yes, so to me, these are all what the clergy has told the common person, that look, if you do this, you will go to heaven and you'll be met by the following.
Right.
Now, I'm not suggesting for a moment that I believe in it, but this is the mental state of mind that the typical person has.
And if you notice in America, what has happened. We have become a very wealthy country.